Still got some weight to lose? Whether you haven't hit your initial goal weight, are struggling with regain, or have a problem area that you just can't seem to fix, there's one thing you probably have in common with everyone else. You not only want results, you want them right now, this instant, right? Slow down, Nelly. That instant gratification mindset where you envision yourself red carpet ready by tomorrow is setting up a trap to sabotage your success. Discover why and how to finally get the success you crave in this episode. Do you remember what you were thinking in the moments leading up to weight loss surgery? I sure do. I was equal parts scared and excited. Scared that after 25 years of dieting, it had come to this. Going under the knife to save myself from death by obesity. I was really excited too. I envisioned my new body would be magazine cover worthy overnight. I lost over 100 pounds in just 6 months. Talk about instant gratification. However, after the first year, I started struggling with regain. And I wanted that same overnight success that I experienced after surgery. It was that very quest to achieve instantaneous results that led me to failure after failure. The scale climb to the 140s, 50s, 60s, and yes, even the 170s. Until I figured out one of the biggest secrets to success more than a decade after surgery. And that secret is not instant gratification. Rapid results often require the extreme, like weight loss surgery. That was extreme. But after that 1-year window, the LBs don't magically melt off like they once did. And whether you haven't hit your goal weight or you're steadily climbing regain mountain, you want results right now, like yesterday, right? So you're tempted to resort to the diet mentality you had before surgery. You know, where you have to be Pollyanna perfect in your food intake and exercise routine every friggin' day. Where you set unrealistic goals of losing 3 to 5 pounds a week. Here's the problem. When you convince yourself that you have to be perfect, you only succeed at merging onto the fast track to failure. Because there's this one little problem. You're human, which means you're going to face temptations every day, and you won't always win. If you're aiming for perfection, the very second you stray off course, you identify as a failure. So you give up. You stop trying. That thinking is all wrong. As a rule of thumb, it takes 3,500 calories to gain a pound, or lose a pound, however you want to look at it. Success or failure is not based on just one choice. It's the collection of choices you make all day, every day. In other words, the secret to achieving right-sized living once and for all is consistency. Consistency does not equal perfection. To me, consistency means following healthy habits 80 to 90% of the time, so you can lose the extra weight at a realistic pace and then maintain that loss for the long haul. Here are the 3 reasons why. 1, it eliminates fear of loss. Do you love food? Love how it makes you feel? I do. If you told me I could never have another piece of dark chocolate for the rest of my life, I would likely go into a full-blown panic. I'd revert to ridiculous, unhealthy behavior, probably hiding and hoarding chocolate. Don't laugh, I've done it. As humans, we fear loss, fear having something taken away from us, including our favorite caloric indulgences. Knowing you can have a small portion of a favorite treat once in a while avoids that fear of loss. It strengthens your mental game because it allows you to be in control. 2, you're more likely to maintain a healthy resting metabolic rate. Are you a fan of that show, The Biggest Loser? I know I am because I relate to their struggle and their determination to win the battle against obesity. Man, that's my tribe. A study was done following a season's 14 contestants for 6 years after the show. It found that all but one of them gained back weight. 4 of them weighed more than they did before they started the show. The study found that while not the only factor, the big culprit was a reduction in their resting metabolic rate. That's essentially how fast you burn calories. Their resting metabolic rate dropped by 600 calories a day. Not just for a short period following the extreme weight loss, but for years. Now, don't freak out. The study compared these contestants' resting metabolic rate to people that had had Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. While the surgically altered group's RMR dropped too, it only did so by half of what the Biggest Loser contestants experienced. It was a reduction of 300 calories a day, so we're not as prone to regain, but it is still a factor. The point is this: if you think you'll make it the rest of the way to your goal, or that you'll shed the regain with a drastic food and exercise regime, you might be doing your body more harm than good. Because each time you go to these extremes, you're messing with your metabolism. The slow and steady, sticking to your food and exercise regime 80 to 90% of the time will be a much better route to keep your metabolism healthy. 3, you avoid the breakdown. Do you like fast cars? I do. I love being out on the open road, pushing the speed limit just a little. But if I keep going, pedal to the metal, that car is eventually going to run out of gas. It's the same thing with your willpower, your discipline. If you're eating perfect, pushing every single craving under the rug, and you're working out like a fiend each and every day, chances are you're going to reach a breaking point. Before I figured out the key to right-sized living, I always did diet and exercise to the extreme. I mean, all for that instant gratification, which for me was watching the numbers on the scale drastically drop and fitting into the skinny clothes in my closet. The result was the same every time. Sometimes I'd make it a day, a week, or even a month or two, eating perfect and tearing up the treadmill. But it always ended in a breakdown. I'd get so burned out, I'd totally stop exercise. I'd lose all focus and binge eat. Well, that's not really the right word after weight loss surgery, is it? It's more like an all-day graze craze, right? By allowing a small indulgence here and there, by giving yourself a day off from the workouts, or mixing in workout activities that maybe aren't so hardcore here and there, you keep your gas tank full and you keep your head on straight. You're satisfied. What do you say? Are you going to remove the unrealistic expectations that set you up for failure? Slow and steady, eating clean and working that body out right 80 to 90% of the time will ensure you don't have to grieve the foods you love, will enable you to maintain a good metabolic rate, and will help you stay on track, not just for a day, a week, or a month, for good. Stop striving for perfection and instant gratification and focus on consistency. Until next time, live with purpose, live with courage, and live with delight.